Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today is another one of those days I make fun of you for being poor. If you just have more money, you can leverage that money to find more points, or at least that's the theory. This is something that I personally struggle with on the abandoned deck specifically. It doesn't have the economic head start that the yellow deck has. It doesn't even have the extra hand of the blue deck. Extra hand is an extra dollar per round. Even if you're playing on the red deck, an extra discard could be used for you to find your value generators or some kind of synergy with money generating jokers. On the abandoned deck, maybe one thing to keep in mind, because you start with fewer cards, standard packs and arcana packs, especially in the early game, are going to be more impactful. If you add a gold card to a 52 card deck, that gold card is going to get lost. You're not necessarily going to see it again. If you add a gold card to a 40 card deck, you're going to draw it a little bit more frequently. It's going to generate a little bit more money for you. So let's keep that in mind as we're going through these early shops. You can get the seed from the video description if you want to try playing this one yourself. Otherwise, let's go gold stake abandoned deck. Alright, first boss is spades. Already we have the 10 high straight. One thing we could do, even though we already have the straight, we could discard to try to find, if we get the ace of clubs, we could get a one-shot flush. Let's see here, 2 10s and 2 9s. Could discard the 6 here and try to get another 9 or a 10. It's not likely. Okay, and then I guess I will play the straight. We were probably always going to play the straight, but try to get a better hand so that we can one-shot. Okay, Astronomer we can't afford. Jupiter could be good enough. Maybe. Especially on the abandoned deck where we have, if you start with fewer cards, it is easier for us to draw flushes. I think I want Buffoon Pack. I think we could do better than a Jupiter card. I think if this was a Saturn card, I would just take a Saturn card. Maybe not a Jupiter card. A little bit weaker. Faceless Joker not going to do anything for us with no face cards. Hear me out. So Matador is eternal. We've done this before where in the first shop we will take some kind of eternal value generator. Usually it's something that gives us consistent value permanently. So maybe Eternal Golden Joker. That's the one that I always talk about. If there's Eternal Golden Joker, do we take it? If there's Eternal Superposition, maybe I wouldn't always take it. Maybe on the abandoned deck I would take it. What about Eternal Matador? The idea behind the Matador is most of the time it does nothing, and every once in a while it does a lot. And maybe if the first boss is spades, I can probably get the $32 right away. And so basically it's, I get $32 now, but then I lose a Joker slot forever. Is that worth it? Probably. So if I get $25 in the bank right now and I start generating interest right now, this is kind of like a golden joker where it's giving me that $5 of interest every round. I think it's worth it to do a Matador. I would say as long as we get to use the Matador maybe 3 times, then it's worth it. And we already get guaranteed 1 time here. I think I for sure take the Matador, and then with the money from the Matador we can start opening booster packs right away where maybe we otherwise wouldn't be able to. Maybe we can leverage this money to buy vouchers we wouldn't normally be able to afford, and so then it's kind of like you know, if you get a voucher, that's something that doesn't take up a Joker slot. So like an extra discard voucher, an extra hand voucher. I think this should be fine. Okay. So we can start with the 10 high straight. And then I guess this is also a straight. Okay. Throwback, splash. Do we want an Arcana pack? I don't like opening Arcana packs when I have too low money. Thinking about the boss here though, Matador does give me between 24 and 32 bucks. Maybe what we want, knowing that I'm gonna get the money, maybe we take a Celestial pack here. Okay. I guess we level all of the hands. Alright. Splash is kind of nice with Matador because then you can just play whatever hand. Since we got the level up, I think maybe the full house is too strong. We can play maybe something like this 2-pair. I know a straight wins, so I can throw away... I can play a pair of 6s, throwing away a 7. No, I'm supposed to keep one of the 6s, throw away the 7 here, right? And we do have a straight, so I'm just looking for, there's another spade. Okay, so I can play 8 as a high card, and then splash is done. There we go. Since we have level 2 straights, the straight wins, even with the debuff. Alright. Now what? Boss says previously played is debuffed. That's something that we could do with the Matador. Orbital tag for pairs. That's tempting. Probably we should do that. Probably we should gain 3 pair levels. Economy tag is also tempting. Double skip to the boss, then this boss ability doesn't work anymore, so probably we don't take both skips. I think between the two of these, I'd maybe rather have the economy tag. I guess it depends on how the shop goes. So number 1, I want clearance sale before opening these booster packs. Swashbuckler as a rental is a little bit sad. So let's do this. Swashbuckler we can hold on to. Clearance sale, and then standard pack. I could take a gold 3, I could take a gold king. I think between the two of these, I'd rather have the face card, I think. Also, it's a higher card. Yeah, maybe. Then go in here. Alright, could be Hermie, probably. That gives me money I could re-roll if I want to. Probably I want to try to find some points that's not rental. So let's go one more. Could be Crafty Joker. I think maybe that's not necessary for us to do, but maybe we do it just to be safe. Gives us an extra molt on the Swashbuckler. Also gives us chips for our flushes. I think since I have all the level 2 hands, this is not necessary for me to do. But like I said, it's a safe thing to do. I guess it depends on whether or not we're taking this orbital tag. It's looking more and more like orbital tag. But at least we get the extra molt for the Swashbuckler. And 38 bucks, we could probably go one more. Could be a bull. Okay, I guess. So, bull turns money into chips. Now we for sure don't need Crafty Joker. I'm actually going to sell it. If this is 50 chips and then 4 molt, that might be too many points. We might be scoring too fast. Let's find out. Alright, so against this boss, I want to play as many high-ish cards as I can, I think. So, play a high card. Okay. And another one. Alright, I think as long as I finish with a pair, we should be good. Oh wait, no, this is already done, right? So let's discard to try to find that gold card. And then maybe do something like this. Play the pair of aces. Sure. Okay. Grimbo. Yeah. It's scaling molt. Rental, obviously, that's kind of rough, but it is scaling molt, so we should probably do it. So, probably Grimbo. Probably standard pack. And could be some flavor of blue seal. Maybe we take the holographic one. Seems like a cool idea. And another Hermie. Okay. So does that mean we just skip now for 40 bucks? We miss out on growing Grimbo, but we get the bull value. Alright, I think with all level 2 hands, I think we actually don't need the Swashbuckler here. I think I sell it. Alright. With Grimbo, we can use our discards first. Okay, there's a blue seal I would like to engage with. Let's... Yeah, let's throw all these away. Alright, so let's start with... I could do 9 as a high card. 9, 3, 6 should be fine. Okay, I could do another 9. It's too many points. Bummer. Alright, well. Only 24 bucks, I guess. Plutonium I'm not going to use yet in case there's an Arcana pack. There could be a Fool. There's an Arcana pack. There could be a Fool. This boss is clubs. Okay. Let's go standard pack first. Gold seal. I like the standard packs first because with Arcana packs you have more options than the standard pack. You get to choose which tarot card and you get to choose which card to apply it to. So opening standard packs first gives me more information. Could be Emperor, could be a Hungman. Maybe Emperor gives you Hermit. I like the idea of the Hungman so I can get my value generators more consistently. This boss does care about clubs, so maybe the 8s we can hang them. Let's go Plutonium first and then remove the 8s. Go next. It's funny with the Matador. Usually against the suit bosses what we say is, you know, if the first boss is spades, then I start turning my deck into spades because I know those cards won't be debuffed. But maybe with the Matador, it's the opposite. I want to turn my deck into the suits that are still missing. Maybe. Alright, let's go next. And I don't need a top-up tag. I don't need a foil tag. So now it's just try to score as few hands as, or as few points as possible. Oops. Bummer. Do we want to discard and try to get the blue seal or gold card? Probably not. Grimbo is allowed to be sad. Alright. Yeah, it could be Troubadour and maybe credit card for some temperance value. There's Hermie again, I guess. Cool for Hermie again. Alright, take the voucher. Do we want to reroll a little bit? So the bull can be a bit of a trap where if I'm not rerolling, maybe there's like something that I would want from my build, but I can't find it if I'm not rerolling. I think I'm willing to reroll maybe once per round. And I don't need this Swashbuckler here. We can sell the Troubadour and go next. Alright, so high card as much as possible. This already wins. Bummer. 284 chips on the bull is kind of absurd. 150 bucks in ante 3. Alright. I said I'm willing to reroll once, so let's go one more. Lovers, bummer. Alright, could be Fool for Hermie, or could be remove 2 cards. I think... yeah, I think we just take the money. Since we have the bull, if I didn't have the bull, I would for sure hang him there. Devil for more gold cards, sure. How about a gold ace? Let's put it on spades in case we get a blackboard, I guess. Go next. Okay, so I can play 7 as a high card. And that's it. It's already over. Okay. Alright. Stone Joker, we don't need because we got the bull. This boss says no repeat hand types. Sad. Oh, not sad. Actually, go one more. Mars, Mercury. If we have the bull, we don't really need celestial packs. We can open a standard pack. Or holographic king. I think I don't need. I need to figure out at what point do we stop opening standard packs, and I think the answer is at the end of Ante 6. Maybe. Alright. This speed tag is actually, if I skip here, that's 10 bucks. So 6,000 for the high card, sure. And another one. Well, I guess this is not the most thrilling run ever. Could be Golden Joker. Probably we don't take Golden Joker. I need to leave space for more points. Let's go one more. There's Plutonium. Is that something that I want to do? Fool says Devil. Okay. Buffoon pack. Could be Sly Joker. Could be Abstract Joker. I guess we just... whatever it is, I'm just going to sell anyway. Death card. But no gold. Since I have the gold seal 2, maybe I want to make more 2s. Maybe. Maybe I want to turn 6 of diamonds into a 2 of clubs or something like that. Maybe I should use strength there, actually. Maybe I should just skipped. The benefit of using the death card there is now if I find a fool, I can maybe copy death. Let's go here to the Sly Joker. I guess I didn't need to sell it right away. Anyway. We're at 7,000 per hand. Okay. That's it. Okay, Emperor and Arcana. We could go one more. There's a Chariot. Alright. So there is a Fool for a death card. Would I rather have Plutonium or an Emperor? I'd probably rather have an Emperor, so sell the Plutonium, use the Fool, use Death on... Probably I should use it on the blue seal. We have plenty of chips. If I get more money, it just turns into more chips with the bull. So maybe I'd rather have the blue seal for the plutonium. Go next. All right, boss says no repeats. The ideal situation is we end with high card. Maybe not super important for us to do that. So let's go high card first. Is that many. And then if you play a pair, it doesn't win. Close, but it doesn't win. Okay, and then I can win with 2 pair, right? I can play... Maybe we lean into the 2s. Maybe not. Anyway, this is $8. So there's the gold seal 2. I might be interested in using death to copy a gold seal 2, maybe. So why don't we do this ace? All right, 2 pair wins. I wanted to use death on the blue seal. It's not super important to me. Maybe death on the ace here is fine. And we do get a fool for, could be Hermie. I think I'm okay with that. And then play the 2-pair. Alright. This boss says first hand face down. Alright, I don't need Onyx Agate. Though you could. We just don't need to. Let's pick up Honu first. Gives us a higher chance of getting foils and holographic. Holographic 10 probably we don't need. Could take a lucky 8. On average is $1 every time you play it. I think I don't take random lucky cards though. It's just worse than gold cards. We can reroll once. There's a Chad. I could retrigger a gold seal. Is probably worth it. And then maybe could do something a little bit more interesting later. I generally like using the tower on the gold seals. So maybe let's do that. Alright, how about ace high? Can I do this without winning? This probably wins. Oh well. Green Joker sucks, I hate it. Let's go. Could get the Drizzler. If we get the Vampire, I don't have Tarot Generation. I don't... Usually, if you have a decent amount of money, you can reroll into Tarot cards, but maybe if we're using the Bull, we're not going to reroll that much. But I do like the idea of the Vampire. The problem, if I take the Vampire now, it is Eternal. And then it makes the Chad terrible. Am I willing to sacrifice the Chad in this position? Probably not. Could be a Card Shark instead. That's kind of similar, except it's not Eternal. Okay. Polychrome 8 with the Chad as a glass card is probably very exciting. Let's go next. All right. Give me a gold seal. All right, I think we actually score small enough points here we can actually play more than one hand. Maybe. All right, I'm gonna keep holding the tower. Or was the boss? Oh yeah, first hand face down. Not a problem, probably. Okay, there's a hung man. We shouldn't, because we already have the bull. Blue seal 3 seems fine. Could be red seal on the glass card is very powerful. Could be... Yeah... I mean, you could also just make a gold seal and then retrigger with the Chad. Like, that sounds very exciting. But probably polychrome red seal is irreplaceable. I guess I'll do that. I could also hex here. If I just sell the Card Shark, I can hex. That's probably pretty safe and also powerful to do. Man, some spicy choices here. If I sell the Card Shark, am I able to get some alternative that's just as good? Not likely, to be honest. But maybe that's okay. I mean, we got Hex. It's fine. Alright. We just push it. And then the Card Shark is... Oh. Okay. Go next. Oh, I should have rerolled there once. First hand face down. What does that mean for me? That means all of the high cards. Let's sort by suit. Interesting. What's this? No, my 2. Ah, beans. All right. So, what's this? Okay. So these are spades. Could be high spades. I guess I should keep them in case there's a gold king under there. Pretty good chance gold king. Yeah, it looks like. Alright. Round 14. I don't have room for the bus. Before we open the booster pack, let's go one more. This boss, no discards. No problem, I guess. Could be sigil. Probably we don't care about that. So, yeah, why not? No! The gold seal, I could have turned it into a rock. Oh well. Temperance gives me 10 bucks. I could make some molt cards for the chat, actually. But I'll just take the money. That's 20 chips. Go next. Finally. That's the rock. Okay. So, play the gold seal. My pairs are actually weaker than my high card. Maybe I'm supposed to play pairs. Like, play a pair of 5s here. Maybe play ace as a high card, and then we get the blue seal value. Cool. Cool for plutonium. That's fine. Certificate's really good, but maybe it's a little bit too late. Anti 6. Arcana packs we can reroll first. I think maybe I shouldn't have taken the Chad. Maybe that was too speculative. Though I could make a glass ace here. I could use Fool to copy, make another glass ace. Maybe that's something that's valuable once we have higher level high card. For sure we make the glass card. I don't think I use the Fool right away. I could get a death card instead. Maybe you turn the 4 into a blue seal. Maybe turn a 6 into a blue seal. Alright, I like that idea. Let's go next. So I can start with a pair of 3s. We have 6 hands. Okay. Could be high card ace. High card is 25. Next one wins. I can turn... How many 2s do we have? We got only 3 2s. Oh, I made the rock, right? So I guess I turn a 2 into a 3. And then this wins. Okay. Alright. Let's look for a Fool. I could use the plutonium right away and then I can take the Empress, I guess, is not useless. Standard pack, I can take a gold card. I like a gold 9. Yeah, let's do an Empress. We get punished the less than 1% of the time there's a Fool right here. Alright. And then go next. So, how do I want to use my Empress? I don't know yet. Let's start by playing 2 pair. Alright. How about pair of 5s? Okay. Could be 2 pair again. I don't think this wins. And then now we can throw a high card, or yeah. So Empress here is fine. I don't think it super matters what we use the Empress on. Throw the 10 here. Great. Now we get the level 10 high card. Okay, this boss, base, chips and malt halved. Could be a crystal ball, I like that idea. Makes our blue seals better. I think strength doesn't really matter. I could turn my kings into aces just for fun. But it would really be just for fun. There's a polychrome 8, which is maybe okay with the Chad. Or you could take a gold 5. It is anti-7, maybe round 17, so maybe the gold card doesn't matter as much as maybe taking the polychrome, but maybe the polychrome doesn't matter that much anyway. Either. But I guess with the Chad, it's kind of exciting. We could turn it into another glass card maybe. Could be the Hermit for 20 bucks right now. Could be lucky cards we can re-trigger with the Chad. Also, the plus 20 Molt is actually maybe more powerful than I'm interested in. So let's go Hermie. Actually, if I'm going to use Hermie, I might as well go Strength first and then Hermie. Let's go next. All right. So I can score fewer points by playing a pair of 5s. And a pair of 8s. That was 35. All right. Alright, this wins 39 on Grimbo, almost 600 chips on the bowl, about to be. Okay. Devil. Or a blue seal, maybe? Death card. Unfortunately, we don't have a blue seal. Could have made a gold card and then copied it. I guess making another gold ace is kind of fun. I don't like to have too many gold cards on the deck because you can only hold on to a couple of them at a time anyway. And if I'm holding on to my gold cards, then that prevents me from drawing my blue seals potentially. We'll see. Alright, I can use the 9s as a pair to throw away the glass card and the polychrome card. There we go. I guess finding blackboard doesn't matter if Card Shark is eternal anyway. There's the high card. Okay. Another devil. And Hermie. Soul we don't have room for. Probably just worse than the Card Shark here. It could be an Emperor. This is a mega pack. So let's go Emperor first. Get a Fool. I can go lucky aces, I guess. And the sun is not something that I care about. Let's go next. Alright. Pair the 5s. Sure. That gives me money, by the way. Against the flint. Alright. I'm gonna play the ace first. Do you want the fool for a magician? No. I could use the devil on the blue seal though. So ace first. If we get the plus 20 mult, I don't want it to hit the Card Shark. Okay. Then we can play Could be a pair. And now, do I want to play the high card and maybe put the rock in front? Okay. $7.46 on the bull. Okay, there's a throwback. This boss, shuffle me Jimbos. I could skip for 40 bucks. That's plus 10%. Maybe we don't need to do that. Polychrome Ace, also blue seal. That's exciting, I guess. Oh, standard packs are not very good for me. Maybe I shouldn't look inside. Maybe I don't actually need this gold 9. Go next. Alright, so we can play pair the 7s first so we can throw away the 8, I think. Then this ace should be safe to play. E. Okay. And the next one wins. 2 blue seals. Great. Alright, 50 on Grimbo. Hey, look, a blackboard. I was just talking about you. Standard pack, you're not supposed to look. There's nothing that we can get. Alright, but I could make another glass card, I guess. And Fool for Justice now, probably. Okay. I have another Polychrome 8. Let's play pair of 7s. Throws away an 8. Pair of 9s. Looking for my Polychrome card. I could save Justice for the boss. Okay. This definitely wins. Then it blocks. Okay, in that case, I just use Justice here. That's fine. And then that way we get all the plutonium. I'm not going to use the plutonium yet in case we get an Arcana pack. Alright, I don't need these standard packs. I guess you could get random glass cards. Rerolling doesn't really do much for us. We could get random tarot cards, but it's not likely. I think we just go next. Alright, 792 on the bull, 54 on Grimbo. Shuffle me Jimbos. How about this? How about a pair of 3s? I guess I could... Yeah, start with a pair of 3s. Okay. Could be ace high. Could be one of these fancy 8s, I guess. All right. Well, that was a bit of a weird one. Okay, obviously the bull is very strong, and if you have the bull, then you're going to have a very easy time. Grimbo's cool too. We got up to 57, which is actually kind of impressive that we got it up as big as we did, given that in the first couple rounds we were scoring too fast. So I think, you know, in the first 3, maybe 4 antes, we were only playing 2 hands per round because the bull was so big, so fast. Definitely having more hands in the end game helps with that, but I don't know if we even have been using all 6 hands in the past 2 antes or something like that. But the main thing that we got to talk about is, okay, this Matador pick. Okay, Eternal Matador. I think of the Matador as, like I said before, it does a lot sometimes, and most of the time does nothing. And so sometimes we will take early value generators as an Eternal. Sometimes we'll take maybe like an early abstract joker. If we had an Eternal abstract joker, it wouldn't be doing very much in the end game, but you take it early because it helps you survive the early game. If we had an Eternal, let's say smiley face, or Eternal could be maybe blue joker or sly joker or something like that, just 50 or 70 chips, not going to be very meaningful in the end game, but you take it because it helps you stabilize your early game. And so Matador is kind of like that. Is okay, if it doesn't do anything for me in antes 5 through 8, that's actually fine. That's actually normal. The question is, does it do enough for me in antes 1 through 3? And it depends. So the first boss, of course, was a suit boss, and we were able to get the money right away. And so maybe I'm thinking about, okay, if I get the money right away, I can leverage that money as interest, as 5 extra bucks per round. That's the same as having a golden joker in that slot. It's something I'd be willing to pay for the investment tag. That's something I'd be willing to skip for. And so I think, yeah, of course, I think the Matador makes sense. I think this was a weird run where the Matador actually did more than it normally would. So suit boss into pillar, into club, into the eye, that's not normal. The Matador doesn't usually do that much. You don't usually get this. You don't usually get Matador into bull immediately. Matador into bull and then green joker. So now that I have enough points, I don't even need to re-roll. That's unusual. But generally the idea, if I have the money, not just being able to get the interest, but having money to re-roll and then get better jokers. We had, what was it? There was an Eternal Vampire, I think is good enough, but because we had the money, we were able to get, maybe card chart. Actually, we didn't re-roll that deep, right? We were only re-rolling once per round. But probably what happened, if we go back to DM Deering here is saying that they weren't able to find the stuff that they were looking for. It was probably this difference. If we have that money in the early game, a couple extra rerolls in the early game, we find some powerful stuff. That's the idea. All right. Also, once again on the abandoned deck, if you've got starting from only 40 cards, then whatever cards you add to your deck, you're going to draw those cards more frequently than you would on a 52 card deck. The way that I think about it is, on a 52 card deck, you go through about 35 cards per round, and there's 20 cards that you don't get to see. And if you're playing on the abandoned deck, there's only like 5 cards that you don't get to see, 5 to 8 cards that you don't get to see. So whatever you add to your deck, you're going to see it almost every time. Maybe 80% of the time, you're going to get that gold card. Assuming that you use all your discards, which of course we didn't here because of Grimbo. And that's why Grimbo sucks. Take care, everyone.